everybody. It's the coach. This is the NFL on
Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today, it's a black and blue matchup in the NFC North between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Down. 10-2, sir. I got you. Watch that green. Watch that green. Go.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it, too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help, too.
Looking to throw. Herbert, and that is incomplete.
Give me some.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returning it is Moore. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Yellow. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing on Sunday.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
And I think we'll see a renewed sense of urgency out of this team this week because they have to make sure they don't waste this homestand. They had a home game last week, lost it. Now they've got the 2nd straight. They've got to take advantage of it, get a win before they head out on the road.
And he's got his target. That's Moore. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching...
Touchdown, Chicago! As his guys are in for 6. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 22 and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. That's complete right around the 8. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who are in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and then he's got a nice first down there.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Muscles him off. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, it's complete to Watt. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. Accelerating, and off he goes. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
90, Wolf. Watch the
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
It'll be a pickup of 12 yards. And to give this time to the tailback. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes, quick slant, caught by Moore. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Watch the run. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Right there. 54. Right there.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Here we go.
Mahomes now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So they get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
23 yards on the tuck and run. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll come out in the pistol. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 1-yard touchdown reception as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now he's having a nice little 1st half here, partner.
And it's a 1st half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A little bit of space there for the 1st down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we...
And the 2nd effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys have now moved out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game? Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Taylor now returning it. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Taylor. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
From the gun on third down, Herbert. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They run the counter. It's Peters. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Gotta go right.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth.
Get him! Mike 51! Mike 51!
Yeah, that's what I do.
Hey, 43, 15.
I got it! 51 to Mike! 51! Focus, defense, focus!
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Here we go. Fourth down, Mahomes. And an alley to run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. They fake the give. Now Mahomes on the move to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long.
Come back.
Ringo!
Check four.
Check three!
Working from the gun, Mahomes escaping the pressure right. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And it's a fumble. And the Packers pick it up.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
I'm coming after you!
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
Check pass.
Hey, alert 3.
Small, kill. Turn it up. Kill.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's got the hook up to Moore. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off two huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations. Because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
You got tape right there.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Again, we'll see the pistol here. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. From 3 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to our... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Back to throw. Herbert. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Throwing on first down. Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Makes him better.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and once again he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Larson. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Williamson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. So the decision to go for it turns out to be a good one. They get a couple of yards, and as a result, the drive keeps moving. It's now 1st and goal. Now Taylor. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Check 52. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. And the pressure gets to him again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready. 58 for Mike. It's our field. It's our field.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
2nd and 11. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Taylor. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert throwing the out route and complete. That's Black. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Taylor. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, Herbert. Touchdown, Packers! From 6 yards away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And he's a little shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Herbert's pass complete to number 13. Touchdown, Green Bay.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch twits.
15.
Delta. Mike 51.
Hey, come on.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. Going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
At the 44-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down. At the 44-yard line.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Go! First and 10. Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the run, watch the run.
Mahomes now on first down. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
51 to Mike.
15.
Mahomes going to throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down and inside the 5-yard line.
And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Oh, and after after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most?
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Now Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are back within a single score.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 4. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He'll run it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Out, 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 out. Attack.
Mahomes now on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
51 shot. 51. I got him. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Let's get the ball.
Attack. Bravo. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's get it now. Let's get it.
On first down, Mahomes flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Yellow.
He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Check. 0-15. 51, Mike. Let's go, D. 51.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
You can't block me.
Mahomes to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Check. Watch 54. 0-15. Watch the boot.
To throw is Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
So don't say nothing. Go Mike 51.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards, first down, Packers. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an